right, Vince. Let's hold it together, brother.
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's play together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Unity Renaissance.
4.
What a beautiful crowd. Please stand and join us for the first time.
This is who we are, and we feel the love whenever we're together. This is why we're here, to serve the world and one another. We're being called to find a highway, and to remember why we're here today, to love, serve, and remember, love, serve, and remember to love, serve, and remember who we are. This is where we grow and find the truth that always sets us free, and this is where we play and enjoy like-minded company, a place where we can share our joy and pain, a place where everybody knows your name, as we love, serve, and remember, love, serve, and remember to love, serve, and remember who we are. And in remembering to love and serve, we're transforming lives and transform the world as we love, serve. Let's hear it. And remember, love, serve, and remember to love, serve, and remember who we are. One more time. Let's hear it. Love, serve, and remember, love, serve, and remember, love, serve, and remember who we are. Tag it. And remember who we are. Here we go.
Oh, and remember who we are.
You certainly are well dressed today. You. Boy, yeah, I just wanted to say, jacket, tie. Is this the right church? Excuse me, I'm with you, okay? Good morning. I hope everybody's feeling as well as one can be expected on this beautiful day, and that means real well. So thank you for being here this morning, and we're just going to have a great service. I'm confident of that. And it's because you're here is why we're going to have a great service. For those who don't know, Unity, and those, just as a reminder, Unity is, again, not a denomination. It's not a religion. It is a way of life. It is a way in which we grow and allow Spirit to grow through us. Is a way in which we recognize that we are one with God and God is one with us. And that as we celebrate that and live in that manner, our lives change. We grow spiritually. We evolve. We become literally many times a different person than when we walked in. So I welcome you here this morning. And we have a vision statement. And that vision statement says, a spiritually awakened world living in peace, love, and joy. And we also have a mission statement. Why are we here? Here's why we're here. We're here because we are transformed lives, transforming the world. And now let's begin with prayer. We open our hearts because we are grateful. We open our hearts because we are loving. We open our hearts because we understand the power and the gift of sharing and being in one another, with one another. And as we do that, we know that our lives are being blessed. Not just this morning, but each and every day, each and every hour of every day. And we go through the week understanding how grateful we are for all that we have and how well we are blessed. And so it is. Amen.
All right. You guys ready for a little abundance? Repeat after me. I celebrate my abundance. I celebrate my prosperity. I celebrate all of life's goodness. Because all I need is flowing to me. More than I need is flowing to me. You ready? 1, 2, like this. Let's stand. All right, goes something like this. I celebrate my abundance. I celebrate my prosperity. I celebrate all of life's goodness. For all I need is coming to me. More than is flowing to me. You got it. I celebrate my abundance. I celebrate my prosperity. I celebrate all of life's goodness. For all I need is flowing to me. More than I need is flowing to me. I am worthy. I am abundant. Try that. I am worthy. I am abundant. Couple more. I am worthy. I am abundant. I am worthy. You got it. I celebrate my abundance. I celebrate my prosperity. I celebrate all of life's goodness. For all I need is flowing to me. More than I need is flowing to me. I am worthy. I am abundant. I am worthy. I am. Do you mean it? I am worthy. Think about it. I am abundant. I am worthy. I am abundant.
Now is the time in the service, ladies and gentlemen, where we turn and greet our neighbor with a friendly handshake, bow, or a hug, or whatever moves you, and repeat to them the divinity salute and mean it. The divine in me. Greet the divine in you, and we serve and celebrate together for the glory of God. Yeah! Woo! I Good morning. Woo, my glasses are fogged up. Hold on. My name is Boyd Black, and I am honored to be here as your platform host today. Today, our word is guidance, and I would love it if you would repeat the affirmation with me all together. Divine guidance clears and lights my way. I am divinely guided, moment by moment and breath by breath. With certainty and assurance, I go forth to do what is mine to do, trusting all things are working for good. Even during the most trying times, through my faith, I'm assured all is well, regardless of appearances, just as the sun shines after a storm. In times of uncertainty, I turn within, pray, and enter the silence where I can better discern the still, small voice within me. But I tell you what, sometimes I'm not able to turn within. But I am blessed to be surrounded with many, many people to help me, to pick me up when I've fallen down. And the past 2 years have been very, very difficult. And I've turned to Marsha Austin, Richard McDeesey, David Kennedy, Nick Hill, Lily Scott, and DeMichael, Gary and Alan. And there are many, many more. Tony and Lisa Porton, my beautiful Amy Sevilla, my family, my coworkers. I'm not able to hide my emotions or my feelings. When I feel them, they're going to show. And unfortunately, when I'm feeling down, they show. And there have been many people who have seen that here and have come to me. Lisa Porton pulled me aside and she said, I don't know what you're going through, but I just want you to know you are loved. And I felt it. And there's been one person in particular. He's in the building, but he's not in the sanctuary right now. He will be later in the service, and I'm going to ask a favor of you because I don't know how to use my words to express my gratitude. For the first time in I don't know how long, I'm without the words. But when he comes out here, I'm going to walk across the stage and I'm going to give him a hug. And it would brighten my day if you would please stand and applaud. Because when I fell down, he picked me back up. He let me sit down and he listened to me with great intensity. He didn't offer words of solace. He didn't offer a way out. He was just there, and he knew that that's what I needed. And by looking at him, you wouldn't think it, but he is my Zen master. You'll see him later. With that, if you desire prayer support for any reason, I encourage you to reach out, and we have many ways to do that. You can go to our website, unityrenaissance.org, and leave a prayer request. You can go out these left doors at the white table next to the chapel and fill out a prayer request form, and someone will call you back. I have a personal prayer chaplain. He calls me every month, and his last message touched me. Again, I can't find the words. But he gave me the guidance, and as he says, it's not coming from me, it's coming through me. You can also call Silent Unity, 1-816-969-2000. They're there 24/7 for your prayer support. And we are also fortunate to have an amazing team of prayer chaplains here. Will our prayer chaplains please stand? They will be in the chapel, outside these left doors, past the bookstore, for your prayer needs. And will you all now please stand with them to sing the Lord's Prayer?
nations hold. Deliver us, Lord, into your fold. For all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you began and with you stays. Holy Creator, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we have also forgiven our debtors. Lead us away from and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. For all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you began and with you stays. Amen. Amen. Please be seated. That's the question. The song asks that question. If God is all there is, then who is giving what to whom? When you give, when you receive, when you give, know that God is all there is. So who's giving what to whom? When we give, who's giving what to whom? When we receive, who's giving what to whom? When we give, know that God is all there is. So who's giving what to whom? When I give, who's giving what to whom? When I receive, who's giving what to whom? If I believe that God is all there is, then who's giving what to whom? Trusting in the law of circulation, knowing that it is as we believe. At the level of our faith, we release and make it so. At the level of our giving, we receive. everybody. Double duty today. Hey, how about keeping that going for our new drummer, Mr. Vince DeRosa up here? What do you think? Yeah, baby. Thank you, Vince. It's great to have you.
Good morning. Again. Today, I'm really very excited because Thanksgiving week is taking place. One, I only have to work 2 days. See, I can be thankful for that. Number two is we have family coming. For the first time, probably in 6 years, I'm going to have Thanksgiving with my granddaughter, who we have not seen for a while and who's back in our lives. Yeah. And I'm even happy that my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are coming over. They really are great people. And of course, we're going to have Maisie there, our dog, and Vicki and I. So we're just looking forward to a great, great Thanksgiving dinner. Irma Bombach said this about Thanksgiving. It takes about 18 hours to prepare a full Thanksgiving dinner. It takes 12 minutes to consume it. Halftime ads, halftime is 12 minutes. That is not a coincidence. So, as we look at this idea of giving through gratitude, which is the next slide, as we look at that, what happens is we have to think a little bit about those words, giving through gratitude. That really everything we do when we're having that sense of gratitude, when we have that understanding of what we are so grateful for and how that changes our lives, everything we do really creates this opportunity to give of ourselves in many different ways. On the next slide, we're looking at what many of you are familiar with called the 4T program. And the 4 T's, a lot of people kind of figure out, what are the 4 T's, okay? Because in the book it says, or in the pamphlets it says, tithe, your time, your talent, and your, what is it? And treasurer, thank you, okay? And so, anyway, there was no fourth one. But if you look at it, what he was saying is tithe is number 1, tithe of your time is number 2, time of your talent is number 3, and tithe of your treasure is number 4. That's why it's called the 4 T's. I added another one on there. I hope Stratton Smith, who developed this program, doesn't mind. Well, he's passed now, but anyway, his spirit doesn't mind. And it's thanks. Because you see, when we are able to understand who and what we are and what we are capable of and how our relationships move together to make a difference in our lives, when we understand that, we literally are prosperous. We're already there. Prosperity is not money, although it's important. Prosperity is a thought or an attitude through which you see through the lens of gratefulness your life. Sylvia Sumter has taught this summer, who is the minister in Unity of Washington, D.C., been there about 30 years, said of this particular program, the program allows you to open your consciousness to spirit, affirm your prosperity daily, and challenge you to walk in your prosperity. So the messages I'm going to share with you this morning all have to do with these 4 T's. And so let's look at the first one. And the first message basically is about a fellow that I want to share who read this particular, he said, quote, somewhere, "If you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your path," said by the Buddha. My name is Brian Anderson. I want to share a story with you about my life that turned my way of thinking totally around. I'm an auto mechanic, so I don't dress real well, and I don't always shave real well. And I was on my way home when I saw a lady who was old, not too old, but old, And she was sitting in her car, and she had a flat tire. And he said, I pulled over, and I got out, and I started to walk up to her, and it was obvious she was scared, just by the way she was looking and acting. She put the window down about an inch and said, I have a flat tire, obviously, and my phone has gone dead. And so, could you help me out? And he said, I'll be glad to. My name is Brian Anderson, and I would be glad to change the tire for you. You don't have to get out of the car, anything like that. Please don't be afraid. I'm here to help you. So he got down, got under the car, put the jack in, got all greasy. He even looked worse when he came out, and he fixed the tire. And she said, well, and put her window down just a little further and said, I'd like to give you $100 for doing this. And he said, no. Here's what you can do for me. The next time you see somebody who needs help, would you please just give them help and pass it on? So the lady had been there for quite a few hours, and so she drove away and she saw a cafe on the side of the road. And she stopped at the cafe to eat. And when she finished her meal, one of the things was that her waitress was about 8 months pregnant, it looked like, was very tired because she was end of her shift, and literally looked like she was very concerned. And so when she gave her the ticket, she gave her a $100 bill. And the waitress came back, and this woman had left. And she left a note. I'm passing this forward. And when the woman looked under, the waitress looked under the napkins, there were $400 also. 4 more $100 bills. So this obviously made her very joyous, made her not quite as tired as she had been. And so she finished her shift and she went home. And she said, honey, you won't believe what happened today. I had somebody tip me just about $500. He said, really? She said, yes. And she said, I know that's a relief because with a baby coming, I know we needed $500, and here it is. And he said, well, and he was relieved. He was joyous. And when they went to bed, she turned over to him, and she said, Brian Anderson, you are a great man. The second is a quote that says, service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth, Muhammad Ali. Zion Williamson is with the New Orleans, I want to say Patriots, but it's not, Pelicans, okay? Is that right? Yes, Pelicans. That's so funny. I don't even think of a Pelican in New Orleans. But anyway, and one of the things that happened during COVID was a number of NBA stars contributed maybe $100,000 each to keep the staff on salary when they had been taken off because of COVID, when they shut down. What this young man did is he paid everybody's salary, which was close to $500,000 during that shutdown time, who worked at his arena. You see, he was saying, I am thankful in action for what you have done for me and for this basketball club. And so this was a way in which he was using his talent, which generated a lot of income, and he was taking that income and he was giving back part of it because he could see that he had a responsibility to help people pay their rent. The next slide is about a friend of mine. It's called Lee's Story. It was when I was in El Paso, I had a lady who had been on Social Security for about 5 years. And she spent a lot of time as a volunteer. But for some reason, she came in one day and said, Richard, I need to start tithing. I'm called to tithe. I love this church. I love what it does for me, and I need to tithe. And I'm only on Social Security. I got a little bit of savings, not much, but I just need to do it, and I'm going to start tithing. So she started giving $70 a month, once a month when her Social Security check came in. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. And after about 4 or 5 months, she got a phone call from her son. Her car was kind of falling apart, and she really didn't have the money to fix it the way it should be fixed because of the cost. And so her son called her and said, I've got a new car for you. And hers, it actually was a black Cadillac, okay? This was 1990. And she said, thank you very much, but I can't take the car. He said, what do you mean, Mom? Well, you see, I've agreed to tithe on everything that's given to me. What's the car worth? And he said, well, I'm getting it for about $4,500. Remember, this is in the 90s. And she said, well, thank you very much, but I can't do it. He said, well, what do I need to do? She said, well, I need $450 to go with the car. So he said, well, that's not a problem. And he gave her the car and $450 so she could tithe. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Not many people would do that. Either one. So what happened then is about a year later, Social Security office called her or wrote her a letter and said, we made a mistake in your Social Security. And she said, I was scared to read the rest of it. All I can envision, when they call you, they are either talk to you with a letter, or they're going to take something away. And the letter said, we have not been paying you the correct amount for Social Security for the last 5 years. And we should have been paying you $200 more a month. They gave her a check, or sent her a check for over $10,000 plus interest. Talking about being elated, she actually tithed on that, which is pretty amazing, I thought. And she said to me when she gave me the check, she came to the office and gave me the check. She said, what I want you to know, Richard, is I cannot afford not to tithe. This has been wonderful. And she continued to do that till the day she died. And other things happened in her life. And so she was always grateful, always saying thank you, because she had been willing to give up part of her treasure. As a matter of fact, did you know that that people who tithe, who are churchgoers in the United States, the percentage is approximately 1.9% today. 1.9% of all the people tithe. So I put a lot more emphasis on consistent giving, or giving. I put a lot more emphasis on when we have an issue or a challenge, everybody should know, we should be transparent, and we should find ways in which we can have opportunities to overcome the challenge. And so what I'm talking about is a concept called let's finish strong. Next slide. And in that is a quote. Start strong, stay strong, and finish strong by always remembering why you're doing it in the first place. Ralph Marston. What does that say? It says, why do I give? Why do I give to charities? Why do I give to Unity Renaissance? Why am I willing to let go and release some of my concerns about giving and step forward and do it? And it says that if I believe that I am receiving a benefit, that I am grateful for what, in this particular case, Unity Renaissance represents, then I'm willing to give. You will never hear me give a message on tithing. You'll hear messages on giving. That's different. Because what I believe is the tithe, and I think it's important, I personally tithe 10% of my income or more. But that's just an opportunity I have. But if people would just say, what am I comfortable giving? And how often do I want to give that? Then what can happen is that we will meet all of our needs with no problem whatsoever. And so I want to share with you, and it went out on Friday for those who saw it, a chart. And one of the things people have asked for and continue to ask for and deserve is transparency. So look at this from that perspective, please. We're being transparent with where we are. If you notice the chart, you'll see that in October, the income was $39,642. Our expenses were $33,318. It's on the far left column. And then net income was $6,324. That has not been happening all year. And you've heard about that at town hall meetings, letters that have gone out, things of that nature. And so one of the things that we look at is year to date, we've had $285,865 in income as donors. That's what donors are given. We've also had expenses of $346,763. And I want you to look at that which is circled. And that shows that if that's all we had to depend on, we would be $60,902 in the hole as of today. However, God is good all the time. So what happened was that Paul knew about a program, and that program is called the ERC. And I don't even know what that stands for right this minute. It's going blank. But anyway, the ERC is a payment from the government that gives us money back because of the salaries that we paid during COVID. Many churches have received these. In your case, in our case, you have received $124,000 this year and $124,181. That's the third column across income. That came in. The hope would be that when that comes in, we can set that all aside and do specific things. If there's any work that needs to be on the roof, which we've done. If there's work that's needs to be done on a sign or a new sign, that has been done to some degree. If there is an opportunity to give staff bonuses, that has been done, by the way. They'll be coming out soon. And those on staff will find out what they are before long, okay? And they'll be received in their December paycheck. And so some things are happening because that money came in, but we really wanted to take that $124,000 and kind of set it aside for other things that might be needed to build our reserves. And our reserves are somewhere around $260,000 right now that we have in reserves. So you as a ministry are in very good financial shape. You and a ministry are being blessed by source on an ongoing basis. However, there is that circled number there of $60,000 or $61,000 just about dollars. And what we want to do is towards the end of the year, going into the end of the year, we want to kind of ask you to consider making a special gift above and beyond what you normally give. What it is up to you. You can do it or you may not feel that you can do it, whatever you decide. And we would like to have the opportunity of replenishing our funds so when your new minister comes in, they don't have to worry about finances or raising money. So that when something of an emergency comes up that takes quite a bit of money, and there are several things that could happen around here that does that, you're able to have the money there in reserves. So that's the reason we're saying let's finish strong. I'm not asking you to do anything today. I mean, if you want to, you can. But I'm not asking you to do that. What I'm really asking you to do is pray and ask what yours is to do. Go within yourself and you'll find the answer. If the answer is I cannot do anything right now, that's a good answer. If the answer is I have some extra money that I didn't expect, then I can give because there's unexpected income. Maybe the answer is I'd just like to give an additional amount. I just feel good about that right now. And you can do that. It's up to you. It's really up to you. There's not going to be any pressure. There will be announcements. There will be opportunities to give. But there's no pressure on any one person or no, you should. What you give is your decision. It's what you're called to do on your own. It is not the treasurer's decision. It's not the board's decision. It's not my decision. There should never be any pressure, as far as I'm concerned, when we ask for more than what one normally gives. It's up to you, and I hold you in that light. And now, gratitude, that next app. The little pink flower up there, box, is a gratitude app. Did you know that existed? It's a gratitude app. So a few Sundays ago, and the last Sunday I mentioned it, I asked people, and I suggested that people write down each and every day up to 10 things they're grateful for. Well, if you have this app, what you can do is you can write down what you're grateful for that day, and it stays there. And then the next day, you add to it, okay? And I want to share an experience that Marcus had with you. Marcus was a drug addict. He had somewhat control, but it affected his attitude. He says because of his attitude, he became a drug addict. And it got worse and worse until the point that he couldn't really be functional. And he wanted to come off the drugs, and he would try. And he tried twice, and he nearly lost his life both times because he had fits and seizures and that type of thing. And he just didn't know what to do. So there was a fellowship that he went to. I believe it probably was Narcotics Anonymous. And the way he used it was a fellowship he went to. And we went to the fellowship, and he started to share, and he wanted to get help. He knew he still could not afford to go in a rehab center. That was not something he could do. He'd used his resources on drugs. And so what he did was he shared with the group what he tried to do and said, I really need to get off. I want to get off, but I don't know how to get off. And they said, well, don't try to get off. Not at this point. What we want you to do is we want you to go home. And every night, before you go to bed, we want you to write what you're grateful for. He said, well, I'll try it. I don't expect anything, but I try it. He said, because you see where he was and where Marcus is that he was literally in that deep, dark hole. Inside, he felt dark, and therefore, outside, he felt dark. And he just didn't have any hope. But as he started to write down his gratitude, what am I grateful for? Something happened. He said, the first time I tried to do it, I had to think, really think, because I didn't think there was anything to be grateful for. And then I realized I had a house where I paid the mortgage off. I gave thanks for that. Then I realized I was still able to eat on a regular basis. He gave thanks for that. That's all he could think of to give thanks for. That's a miserable place to be. And some of us have been there before. Some of us have struggled. And then what he did is, by calling his sponsor, he was reminded every day to write down what he was thankful for. And it got easier. And he started to write down things like the relationship with my sponsor. Write down developing some friends who understand where I am and what I should do. And he grew. And about 4 months into it, he found that his attitude changed, that he was looking through the lens of gratitude. He was saying to himself, I am grateful to still be alive. I am grateful to be breathing. I am grateful that I can make a difference in the world. How about that? 4 months later, 6 months later, he was in gratitude full time. He didn't have a sense of darkness. He didn't have a sense of loss. He didn't have a sense that everybody's against me. Instead, he'd come off of being the victim and was becoming the role model for being grateful. It changed his life. And then one day, he decided, I've got to stop the drugs. He had reduced them, but he got to stop. And even though it had been recommended that he not do that, he decided to do it himself. He made the decision to stop. And what happened was, that night he slept well. He didn't have any seizures. He didn't have any problems of that nature. Instead, what happened is he very easily went off the medication or the narcotics. And he stayed off for 12 days and feeling good. He was amazed. And he says because of his attitude of gratitude, he was able to do that. And as he says, Marcus stayed off and is still off today for over several years. Okay? He is reformed. He knows what he needs, but he says, I never, ever go through the day without opening my attitude graph. Great. What did I say? What is that called? Anyway, thank you. Gratitude app. And so, what a wonderful story. And you see, as we go back to where we began on that next slide, living or giving through gratitude. That is an action statement. It's an action statement. It's not wishfulness. It's not like saying on Thanksgiving Day, I love everybody and I'm very thankful, and the next day get up and be mad at the world. It's saying, this is who I am. This is what I am. And I give and I take action because I am grateful. And this morning, we're going to go through a meditation. I'm going to ask you at the end of the meditation to take a few moments and to fill out the card, I am grateful. Did everybody receive one of those? Is there anybody that needs one? Right up front here and over here, right here. Thank you. Here they come. All right. Everybody has one now. And what we want to do is I want you to write what you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be about the church. It might be something that's happened this week. It might be somebody. It can be anything. What I am grateful for. And yes, there are 2 Post-its there. And you may want to use both of them. That's up to you. Then when you leave the service, there is a banner that says, I am thankful for. And we're going to have some of our youth there, and you can tear off what you wrote and give it to them, and they're going to post it up on the banner, and we're going to keep that there as long as these Post-its work. So let's now prepare for this time of meditation. I am grateful. I give because I am grateful. I give of my time. I give of my talent. I give of my treasure. And I do it through the power of being in a moment of thankfulness. So take a moment and affirm that you are thankful, that you are grateful. And as we go into the silence, with our hearts wide open, knowing that we are one in spirit, that we commune together through oneness, and knowing that you are blessed, more blessed than you probably realize. Knowing that, just go into the silence and give some thought to, I am grateful for. I am grateful for. Don't write it down right now. Just hold it in thought and consciousness. And you may change your mind. I'm grateful for one thing, I'm grateful for another. You might write those down. But right this moment, just be in this time of silence. And whatever came to your heart, your mind, hold it there. And now gently open your eyes and write down what you are grateful for. I am grateful for, and put it on that Post-it pad. As you complete the statement, you may want to write your name, or you may not, because we will be using some of these statements in the weeks to come. And so we are grateful, we are thankful, we are so alive, we are so blessed, we are so abundant, and we know that life is good, and so it is. Amen.
Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love.
Thank you, Reverend Richard. Appreciate that so much. And I want to spend a few moments talking to you about our community involvement and our outreach, because that's really part of our mission, isn't it? To transform lives that transform the world. And as always, Unity Renaissance wishes to have a positive impact on the broader community of which we are a part. Your Board of Trustees has elected semi-annually to give a portion of our tithe to a local nonprofit 501c3 organization. And so we are thrilled to have been able to support the Burfoot House with our first contribution. We have with us today Lisa Dixon and Diana Thorpe to tell us about the Burfoot House. Lisa and Diana, would you come up to the platform, please? So I'd like to take a moment, I'm sorry about that, but I'd like to take a moment. Lisa, who is right here, has been executive director of Burfoot House. Lisa Dixon felt the calling to organize a program and a cadre of volunteers to implement a plan for homeless single women to achieve self-sufficiency. Lisa is a progressive thinker who serves the Chesapeake community as a board member of ABBA List, nonprofit organization, and Burfoot House, homeless shelter for single women. Lisa is a champion of organizations committed to innovation, change, and solution to the lives of those in need. And I would like to introduce Diana. Diana, would you stand on the other side of Lisa, or? Thank you. Diana Thorpe is a native of the area, born and raised in Virginia Beach. Diana spent 30 years in law enforcement with both Virginia Beach and Chesapeake Police. She retired as a sergeant with the Chesapeake Police Department in March of 2018. Thank you for your service, Diana. After retiring, she started attending Centerville Baptist Church and within 2 years joined the church. Members of the church began to share information with Diana about a ministry for homeless women called the Burfoot House. She later became a mentor for the program for a few years, and to date, she is one of 2 assistant directors for the program. She fulfilled a lifelong dream of having her own ministry at church called Dietrich's Angels, named after her mother. Her ministry helps support the clients at Burfoot House, as well as other homeless individuals and those in need. And as a side note, Diana has been working with us as we provide for the Virginia Home for Adults, which you know we've been doing for years. My goodness, Diana's Dietrich Angels ministry has provided blankets, socks, sweatshirts, sheets, slippers. I could go on and on. So there's been a lovely combination of efforts that have been made. And right now I'm asking you to please give both of them a warm welcome.
So I guess I'll start. So good morning, Unity. So like Annie said, first I want to give gratitude because all this started with me and my partner when we met Deb and Ann about 12 years ago. So that was a blessing for us, and it seems like things always come full circle. Like she said, I became a member of Centerville Baptist, and we own the house. So a Dr. Burfoot sold the house to our church in the 70s, which is now what you see. That's a pretty good picture of it, too. We've done work to it. It is a program. We call it a program for women. We have 5 bedrooms in the house, and we can house up to 10 women. Since COVID, we've kind of kept our numbers kind of low, which has been a blessing for us as well as the other clients to keep us all safe and healthy. We thrive on and survive on donations. So when Annie and Deb came and did a tour of the house, I think about a year and a half ago, and we talked, and then finally she called me and said that we have a gift for you guys. And I have to tell you that God's timing is everything, because when she gave us the check, can I tell how much it was? For $613, and I gave it to our property manager and our secretary at church, whoever, we all know that they run everything, not us. And he said, we needed new toilets because the house is very old. The plumbing is old. Everything is old. Those of us that work it, we're old, so we have to get fixed every now and again. So Mike said, well, we're going to get new toilets, and Lisa found a site with them, and they finished Friday. We have 3 brand new tall toilets inside the house. We have 3 bathrooms, so we cannot thank you enough for the blessing. It didn't matter how long it took. We didn't need them, like the 3 of us just discussed. We didn't need them a year ago. We needed them now because we're regrouping, and Lisa will explain that. We needed those toilets now, and because of you, we have them. So everybody at Centerville and Burfoot House, we thank you. God bless you so much for giving us that. So.
Again, thank you, Unity. Truly, you all are a blessing to your community. We are changing our nonprofit. Right now, the house, which is the Burfoot House program, is for ages 18 to 65 women that we shelter and help with their self-sufficiency being renewed. So we're changing under our nonprofit. Right now is on the obelisk, but it's December the 1st. We're having an open house at 916 Centerville Turnpike in Chesapeake, Virginia at 1 o'clock. And Divine Inspirations is the new nonprofit for Burfoot House. Burfoot House, the testimonies of our clients is amazing. We are just doing the work of the Lord. I believe that my scripture is Matthew 6:21. Our treasures are to be given to those that are in need, and we are using them wisely. So your word today was definitely on time. And we just want to say thank you. We are always in need for paper products. As you know, when you have a client in the house, toilet paper, paper towel, and those things go more. But our main cost of our program is transportation. Burfoot House is located off of a bus line. So most of our clients, we have to get them to work to and from through Uber. So that is our highest expense of our program is transportation. I met some wonderful gentlemen outside as I was coming in this morning. We have different projects that are always needed for community support. Right now we have a few back steps that need to be replaced to keep the house safe and sound for all. But again, we thank you for your donation. We thank you for partnershiping with Burfoot House to help us all transform lives. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad you're there for so many people. And I'm glad that the board and this ministry supported you, because the work you do is very important. So thank you. So I have an invitation again to make a love offering, okay? It's that time. And there are a number of ways to do that. You can text by doing that number, guys.
540-418-1228. Text now.
Yeah. And thank you. And as you know, you can go to the website. You can drop in the basket in the back a gift if you'd like. I just want to mention, if anybody desires to give an extra gift for Let's Finish Strong, please put that on the check or on an envelope if you use cash. And you need to go to the barcode that's available and also to our website in order to specify that particular gift. You can't do it on Tithely. I just wanted to announce that. And so again, thank you so much. And let's just share our prosperity blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I am, or give.
All that I receive,
Yes.
I am grateful.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Give and it's given back to you. Give and it's given back to you. Give and it's given back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Back in good measure, it's given back to you. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. It's a lot of giving. This is a giving Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, the gratitude Sunday. Very grateful. The universal law says, the universal law is the law of giving and receiving. It's not the law of receiving and giving. The law of giving and receiving. It's an unbreakable bond that we have with the universe. What we give comes back. So this little song about that. What you give, what you need, give it away. Oh, I don't need to do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's love you're after, give it away. Good news or laughter, give it away. Don't keep your blessings in a bottle on the shelf. A gift will grow when it is shared with someone else. Now that you've found it, give it away. You'd be astounded, give it away. The sun shines from above for everyone to share. When something comes your way, show the world you care and give it away.
Give it away, give it away, give it away.
Give it away. A penny saved won't grow no matter what you do. But if you give, it will be given back to you.
Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Pressed down,
That's your part.
shaken together, running over. Pressed down, shaken together.
And if you need more money, guess what?
Give it away.
Though it may sound funny, give it away. If you think there's something missing in your life, open your heart and give this proven law a try. Give it away.
Shaken together, running over. Pressed down,
Give it away.
pressed down, shaken together,
Give it away.
running over. Pressed down, shaken together.
that thought. Thanks. Vince DeRosa on drums. Knocking it out of the park over there.
We're getting close to the end. And what we do towards the end is we want to welcome anybody who's here for the first time at Unity. If you'd raise your hand, we have a gift we'd like to share with you. A couple people up front here. Our ushers will bring them up. Up front, all the way up front. Oh, they're going to get to you, okay? Just keep your hand up for a second. Thank you. They know who you are anyway. Thank you. Right here. Great. And right here, up front here, our guest. Richard Bunch, may I stand up for 1 moment? Sure.
Just as they're being handed the packet, both of these fine young people right here will be out in the narthex, Diane and Lisa, to answer any questions that you might have. Microphone.
Here we go. Do it again.
Trying to make it quick there, but Diana and Lisa will be out in the narthex at the table out there. They're willing to answer any questions that you might have and absolutely give you more information about the Burford House and other organizations that they're a part of.
Thank you. There we go. Thank you, Ann. And those who got a packet, if you look in the packet, there's a card you can fill out. You take it to a bookstore and you get another gift. So it's a 2-for-1 thing, okay? And we, again, appreciate your being here. If you would like, we'd love for you to return. And if you have a home church already, then go there on Sundays, okay? But either way, get in church. But no, anyway. So, again, this is a time that we are grateful for those who are with us, and we're grateful to be together this morning. Thank you.
Hey, Richard.
It's like the music team is taking over.
Taking over. Yeah, baby.
It's not too late to register for the amazing Creative Wisdom Workshop. It's tomorrow at 10 a.m. You can still register. You need at least 4 people, 10 maximum. It's a beautiful experience, $30. Please sign up. Consider doing that tomorrow morning. Great way to start your week.
And we have a wonderful co-ed choral group called the Sounds of Joy Chorus. They will be here Sunday, yeah, that's right.
Remember those guys?
Alan is a part of the Sounds of Joy. They are wonderful. And they'll be here December 3rd at 1:30. It's free. All ages welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Boyd. The reason we host the Sounds of Joy is because their pianist used to be our music director. Their choir director used to be our choir director. And we have several people in our congregations who sings with Sound of Joy. So we always like to make them at home and bring them in when they want to, so I hope you'll support them. All right, Miss Ann DeMichael and I will be hosting our 4th annual Remembrance Service, and this is Wednesday, December 13th at 7 p.m., and this is for anyone who has loved ones, even pets, who have passed away in the year 2023. You send me your picture, birth and death dates, and their name, of course. And let me know if what we do in our remembrance services give you the opportunity to introduce your loved one to the people who are here and online. So if you would like to do that, you may. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But between now and the week before December, let's say December 7th, I'd like you to send in your pictures of your loved ones and then join us on Wednesday. It's going to be Zoom and in person for our yearly remembrance service.
And coming up soon is our Christmas dinner. It'll be on Friday, December 15th. We invite you to sign up on the wall in the narthex to bring a dish, and it will be a wonderful, joyous celebration amongst our beautiful Unity family.
Amen. Oh, this is my favorite part. We bring in stuffed animals every year to give away to children with AIDS. And we've already started, so we bring them in, we leave them in the seats, and you come in on Sunday morning, and there's all these animals in here to greet you. We're looking out at the faces and all of the lovely animals. And then we come in Sunday morning, you find an animal in your seat, just hold it and love it up. And we come and collect those and take them to children. They must be new, so if you don't mind, just pick up a stuffed animal or 2 or 3 and bring them on in between now and December 10th. Yes.
All right, and this is one of my favorites, is the angel Christmas tree. It's out as soon as you come in the front doors of the Narthex. There are two types of angels. One is the actual angel, which you can use and fulfill that gift, which would be gift cards for gas and groceries, different variety stores like Walmart and Target, and those go to help not only some of our congregants in need, but others in need as well. The other would be an ornament that has a specific gift request, and you can fill that and return that unwrapped. We'll wrap that ourselves.
And the ornaments are not yet up there, but the angel cards are still there, so that's awesome. And as always, we have a Board of Trustee member here each week to answer your questions, because we know might be a lot of questions spinning around because there's so much happening here. So this week, our Board of Trustee member is, drum roll please, and Michael.
Yeah, and Michael, woo!
Oh, we have Christopher Naughton.
Christopher
too.
Naughton, woo!
All right, so take your pick. It's great. Thank you. There we go. And next week, we're going to have a special guest speaker, Miss Penny Hudson, the real power of F-E-A-R, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, let's all stand and bring our kids in. 1, 2.
We are walking in the light of God. 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 We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. 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 We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God.
Amen.
Mary, before you start, I need just a moment.
Yes, absolutely.
We're all aware of what's going on, but there's been a man in my life who has given more than I could ever ask, and he is very special to me. He is my Zen master, and I wanted to personally recognize him for everything he's done and everything he's been for me.
That was beautiful. We're all grateful for Joe, so we're on that train as well. So, thank you. That was wonderful. Okay, so, hold on one second. I'm going to pray first, okay? Good morning, everybody. We are going to pray for our offertory and for, I have to. I so have to. Do you guys realize that this week is Thanksgiving and we are 30-something children in the nursery as well? Record numbers, never had this bigger group, and never had this bigger group in the holidays. We're just, B and I are foaming at the mouth, so excited, over the hills, but going nuts back there. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We are so grateful. So, with that being said, everybody take a deep breath with me. Thank you so much, sweet spirit, for this amazing basket that is full with their monetary gifts, for all that they shared, their personalities that they brought, their smiles, their creativity, their singing today. We got Totally City with a Tata and Mr. Ed back there. It was so much fun. We are so grateful for it all. Thank you so much, and so it is. Amen. Okay. Oh, let me find a spot for that. We have sharers. Yes, Mylon. Go ahead. Do you want to share what you're grateful for? Go ahead. Do you want to help them? We have a new student, Rosie. Oh, okay. And we'll come right back to you. We have over 9 new students. And this is one of them, Rosie. She'd like to share. Go ahead, Rosie.
God in love.
God is love. That's right. Okay. What is it, guys? I do my best
Well, today we did different activities that help us calm down whenever we are like stressed or something, and a lot of us in our class did artwork, and so everyone raise your artwork in the air.
Do our teens have things they want to share that they're grateful for? Yeah?
So today we took paper plates and we stuck them on each other's backs and we wrote positive things. And something that really spoke to me that someone wrote was that I have cool hair. So that's what we did.
Today in class, we learned that the mistakes you make in the past are in the past and that you have to let go.
Yes. Yes.
Well, B and I would like to share what we're grateful for today. It's a long time coming. We are big on lots of things, and one of them is definitely owning up to our errors and taking responsibility for our behavior. So we would like to share that we forgot some very important people in our giving thanks for the Fall Festival, and they mean a lot to us. So we're going to take this time to do it because it's never too late to appreciate anybody or anything at any time. So first is Mr. Steven, who helped with the parking attendance. Thank you so much. We're so sorry that we forgot you.
Yes.
And Pam and Linda on the 50-50 raffle, who ran around helping Miss Mary because they didn't get money. And so Miss Linda's in the back there, helped us so much. And certainly,
drum roll, please.
Certainly last but not least,
Keep going.
is our board of trustees. If you are here, please stand. Please stand, board, if you are here, board members.
All the way. We have a phenomenal board of trustees. Just a little bit down. Just a little bit down. Here we go. We would like this congregation to know that the most generous contributions from the pockets of our board of trustees came from this board out of their own pocket. It was the most generous contribution that made and enabled that Fall Festival to be so successful.
Yes, and we purchased all the pumpkins that were free for all the families due to the board. So thank you. We thank you.
Awesome board.
Thank you. Yes. With that, please stand for the prayer of protection and the peace song. Thank you so much.
All right, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.